All right, guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Bets in Bed. We're coming off a successful weekend after betting UFC Moncton. Well, successful for me. I was 3-1. Never a doubt.
Shot a pedestrian 500. It's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, so we're 3-1 and 2-2. If you followed my bets, you'd be up $255. So we got a little walking around money to do this week. Although I did lose my lock of the week and my long shot of the week. But I guess
the long shot wasn't on record. But yeah, it's tough look when you miss the lock of the week. I mean, at least the people know my word's ironclad when I say it. I mean,
well, at least you got the
through 1 week.
Yeah, you got the bad losses out of you. So without further ado, we'll give you the winners for this week. So first, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first because I think I have the only one on the undercard, actually, as you said. So this one, first of all, this card kind of sucked to bet. We don't need to drone on about this, but I hate these cards where every single fight is you're looking at minus 200 pluses.
Yep.
Just across the board. It's tough to find values. That's why you had to, which we'll see in some of my picks, you got to dig into over-unders.
Yep.
I took a long look at the method of victory props. It sucks betting on those, but then I got down to the bottom and found this Brian Kelleher versus Montel Jackson fight. And I like Brian Kelleher coming in at plus 115 versus Montel Jackson. Well, why? I mean, I know Montel's a finisher. He did lose his one UFC fight, but he's coming in on short notice. Kelleher's a little reckless, makes me kind of nervous.
Yep.
However, coming in plus 115, he's UFC tested, where the other guy, he noted finisher for Jackson, but pretty much clubbing up on scrubs. And Kelleher's actually has Hayden Barao could be considered a scrub nowadays. But he's got credible wins, even though he lost to John Lineker in his last fight, but most people lose to John Lineker. So
yeah, exactly.
It doesn't worry me, but I do like taking Brian Kelleher, getting a win on the board early on the undercard.
I didn't know the odds were that close for that. That's actually pretty good value. I thought it'd be minus.
You can add it to your card. I'll let you do that.
No. I mean, I'm not. You're sitting at 500 here, so I'm feeling lucky. And like I said, I'm up 250, so most of my picks could be considered long shots, and right off the bat, we're going reckless here. I'm betting 2 different bets on the David Branch Jared Cannonier fight. First one being Branch wins by TKO at plus 410, so I'm taking that for 100, and then Branch wins by submission at plus 349 for 100. So there's no way I win both of these bets, but if I win one of them, then I'll be the 300 or 250. So I'm liking the odds there pretty much. Cannonier seems like he's like an athlete, but he can't wrestle for shit. He got taken out 1,000,000 times by Glover Teixeira. He's only been going down in weight classes. I feel like Branch is just gonna. My guess would be submission, but I could also see him taking him down and just ground and pound.
I like that. I like the combo there. I was nervous about where you were going with that. Like the combo, though I don't know if it makes you nervous. So I feel like I've seen a lot of people picking Jared Cannonier as their upset pick of the card.
No, I don't.
I don't see it, but I'm just saying people are saying.
My guess is because he's coming down because his first fights in the UFC were at heavyweight, I think. And then he dropped down to light heavyweight.
I don't know.
And now he's at middleweight.
He's another one of those guys that he's on my scorn because I feel
you can never bet the right way.
He's been, not even that, but I just feel like he's been favored. And I'm like, this seems like a winnable fight for him every time he loses that fight. So I like betting against him. I'm jumping up again to the main card too. So I'll actually jump all the way up to the co-main, if we will.
Okay.
Well, so we got Weidman and Jacare. I've been watching some film. Watched the Weidman-Gastelum fight back. Weidman-Gastelum. Well, that fight and Jacare-Gastelum as well, I guess. But I know they're not that far apart in age. Really, I don't think that either guy is bringing a skill set to the table that's going to be dynamically superior.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. I mean, Jacare, powerful grappler, obviously probably better at jiu-jitsu. Chris Weidman, competent enough to probably not get submitted instantly if for some reason he ends up on bottom. I just think that, Weidman's had surgeries too, obviously, but Jacare's pushing 40. Weidman still is at 34. He's got kind of maybe a year or two left of reasonably prime fighting, takes care of himself. And Jacare's now at this unheard of camp. Like, who the hell is he training with?
Was
Like,
it X Gym? It's the gym that produced Mike Perry. So watch your mouth.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Hang on. I might want to
Steam
reconsider.
gym,
I might
yeah.
want to reconsider. But no, I'm not seeing it. I don't know how it gets done. Their styles are. I just really think I don't see like a glaring style hole, but I just at minus 190, I like going in for 2 units there on Chris Weidman. I just think that Jacare. I think that there's gonna come a time, probably about midway through the second round, where it's like, oh, Jacare's starting to look old.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I think it's going to come down to, and then Weidman's going to kind of take over.
he started to look kind of old in the Gastelum fight, where he was clearly gassing, and it just that's why.
So I don't think it's going to be like a skill disparity.
They're kind of similar fighters, was like strong grapplers, guys that they're pretty good on the feet, but they're not
powerful enough to knock you out,
Yeah.
but just like they're not gonna. No one's mistaking them for Floyd Mayweather, slip and rip, but it's they. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Really, it's just going to boil down to Jacare's going to look old, and everyone's going to be like, oh, well, yeah, Weidman's just a better athlete.
Not sure if I agree with it. I was kind of leaning Jacare, but I looked at the odds. I was going to have him on at plus 165. Just not enough value there to put it on the coin flip.
No.
So, my second pick. Was that your first pick or second pick? Okay, yeah, my second pick is I gotta, pretty much on every card you're gonna see me bet one of these 1.5 round overs, and my first one's gonna be Adesanya Brunson over 1.5, minus 140 for 100. I just feel like basically I'm banking that Adesanya is gonna win this fight, and I think if Brunson wins, it's gonna be under 1.5. If Adesanya wins, I think it's gonna be over, probably a decision.
It's funny you mention that, because that's my take it to the bank back to for 7 million Zimbabwe dollars or wherever Israel Adesanya is from. Lock of the week, over 1.5 on that fight. I really, when you look at the board, because that's what, minus 140, right? So you got minus 140 on over 1.5 rounds. You watch all Adesanya's fights. He's in no hurry to get the guy out of there. The probable, if Derek Brunson comes rushing in, Adesanya unless Brunson just lost his chin overnight, but Adesanya is going to be content to just kind of jab, rock him, let him go, blah blah blah. Unless Derek Lewis or Brunson.
Hashtag not racist.
Yeah, hashtag not racist. A lot of black Dereks on this card. Unless he knocks Adesanya out in like the first round, I don't see how. Because even if he takes him down, I don't think Derek. God damn it, Derek Brunson is going to ground and pound Israel Adesanya out. I think Adesanya is just going to overhooks, hold on, and that, for the over, makes good sense. So when you're looking at the possible outcomes of this fight, there's like one narrow path to victory where the reckless striker catches his lucky punch against a guy who is one of the top 3 strikers, if not top 2, in middleweight right now. That's the safest bet on the card.
Did you saying that for 1 unit? I was gonna go for.
No, I'm going 2.
1. Oh man, so you got 2 at 2, man. I feel like a pussy, but I think that's the first time we've agreed on a pick. So that's our first pick that we've been agreeing this week.
Gone on record and agreed.
All right, so that could almost guarantee a double loss then, but hopefully not. For my third pick, this is my good cunt lock of the week. Has nothing to do with Israel Adesanya. I just feel like we gotta incorporate the good cunt.
You're just trying to bring cunt back.
Yeah, we're bringing cunt back. It's kind of a lackluster pick, but just Daniel Cormier at minus 700, because I just don't. DC can't lose this fight. He obviously could get knocked out. I know everyone has a puncher's chance, but there's just too much on the line. Daniel Cormier is too smart of a fighter. I just think when it's all said and done, it would be so shitty if Daniel Cormier ended his career on, and he wouldn't end on Derek Lewis, obviously.
And you might as well.
He's so close to riding off into the sunset with like the perfect written story with some, he had some trials and tribulations, but at the end was able to
goes out on top with the Brock Lesnar cash sack.
That does not happen if Derek Lewis knocks him out. So,
but
for my heart,
Derek Lewis gets free Popeyes.
That is true.
Compelling counter argument.
Yeah. So I'm betting on just the goodness of humanity that Daniel Cormier wins. So that is my lock of the week.
So just to piggyback that, I'll take it one further. Not a lock, but I got DC. I was looking at the line. I almost couldn't believe that this was actually the line. I was looking down the prop bets for finishing this because I didn't want to dive in for the full minus 700, because there is a small piece of my heart that thinks it would be when MMA is too hard. I find it very endearing in a comical sort of way. So Derek Lewis winning, I would laugh. I would enjoy that. However, when you look down the betting board and you see DC to win by submission any round sitting at plus 125, you jump on that bet.
Submission. Oh.
DC takes Derek Lewis down. Derek Lewis, if you've watched any of his fights, his method of getting up is not grab an underhook, is not try to fight hands, clear a wrist, stand up, break away. His method of getting up is just be super strong and just stand up kind of. Yeah. In that process, DC, it's going to look very, very, I assure you, it's going to look very, very, very similar to DC choking out Rumble Johnson. It's going to just kind of be like he'll be getting up, looking like day 7 of jiu-jitsu, probably because it's Derek Lewis will have, by the time his camp concludes, clocked in his 7th day of jiu-jitsu, and then DC will jump on his back, strangle him out. I could not believe that line.
What's the line?
Plus 125.
Damn.
I could not believe that when I saw it. I
wish I would have saw that one.
I'm thinking about making the vaunted double lock of the week, but I will not do that this week.
I like it. Damn. I might have to actually put that in. Not a pick, but I'll probably be gambling that one. All right, and so I have not one, but 2 long shots of the week to make up for last week. And I'm taking both of these too. So these are my official
double
picks.
Long shot of the week.
Double long. My first one
this is gonna be a disaster.
I have it as what's his name? Jack. I have it spelled wrong here. Jack, was it
Hot start.
What is it? Jack Marshman, or how do you spell? What's his last name? The guy fighting. God damn it, Roberson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was it the guys from Wales? Jack Hammer, whatever the fuck. We'll put it in, but he's at plus 645. I think it's Jack Marshman. I have him at plus 645 by TKO because if you watch those guys fight, he just wants to box. It's Marshman, so I had to have it right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to me. But if you watch either of the...
being able to read?
Yeah.
Congrats, bro.
Marshman just wants to box. He looks like a pretty good boxer. He's not going to try to wrestle or take down. And if you look at Roberson, he's still his first fight was like an 8-second knockout. His next fight was another first round finish. The guy really doesn't have that big body of work. It seems like he wants to just go in there and be an athlete, and they're just going to stand and bang with each other. And my guess is someone's going down. It could very well could be Marshman, very well could be Roberson, but I think at 645, I think it's worth the long shot. So I'm taking that for 100 for official pick, and then my second long shot of the week, I'm taking Jacare by decision for plus 525. Once I'm reading it out loud again, and after you gave your explanation about Weidman, I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I'm as confident, but I am sticking with that as my long shot of the week. I think these two, their skill sets largely going to stalemate each other out. It's going to be a close decision, is what I'm thinking. And hopefully Jacare edges out.
I think that 3-1 got to your head a little bit, man.
I think
you got a little wild towards the back 9 of those picks.
Definitely got a little cocky here. I'm down. I'm up 255. I did the math. I think I have $1,200 at stake this week, so very well could be.
That's a lot. I don't have a long shot that I'm going on record with again, but I would say that if you are really dying on this card, which you shouldn't be, because outside of some of the stuff, I think we've agreed in large part with actually a lot of our bets. Where last week I thought that there was a lot of dissension, but if you're down big, take the flyer on Derek Lewis, man. DC has been rocked. Like in his last couple fights, I mean, we've seen him kind of get a little wobbly versus Stipe. John Jones obviously KO'd him, so we've seen the chin get checked. I mean, even like Vulcan kind of buzzed him once. I mean, it's just not. It's not the worst thing in the world sitting at plus 500 to bank on some free Popeyes. So if you're dying now, I'm not going on the record with that, but I'm saying if I was in a dire financial situation, I might be willing to up my bet on that to supersede that submission DC bet.
Yeah, I wonder what the line is for Derek Lewis by submission.
I think I saw it. I think it's like 2,500 or something.
All right, so Nick's going on record. Derek Lewis by submission for plus 2,500. Other than that, do we have any other comments on the card? Any other fights you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we got to most of them.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that detailed breakdown doesn't really need. I mean, the main event is. I mean, everybody kind of knows how that's going. We talked about Weidman. This really the only thing. I think the Derek Brunson Adesanya is kind of my. That's low key. Like, I mean, I know his last fight was like that, but that's kind of like my hype check again.
Yeah.
Like, once again, it's just like, okay, maybe a guy where like Brad Tavares isn't gonna knock you out.
Yeah.
He very well rounded, but Derek Brunson actually poses a KO threat, even though his skills, technique wise, probably aren't. Which feels weird to say, like as polished as he's more of an athlete. But it'll be interesting to see. It's just watching prospects that are fun and entertaining. Past tests is fun and entertaining for me.
It's probably the fight I'm most looking forward to, just because I love to see the hype train keep going on. So I'm really pulling for Adesanya here, just for my own personal goal. So.
And Sajara Eubanks, Roxanne Modafferi, barn burner, sitting at the FS fight pass.
All-time cocksucker move by Dana, just taking her from headlining MSG to putting her on the FS1 prelim. So.
The king of petty stays the king of petty.
All right, guys. Well, follow us along at Below the Belt MMA on Twitter. We'll be live tweeting our bets, and you can either be celebrating or dying along with us. Take it easy, guys.